class. How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Erica, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I did.
That's good. What'd you do?
I played outside.
That's good. I'm glad you had fun. So today we have a couple things in the front of our classroom. So let's take a look at what they are. So we have this object. Does anyone know what this object is? Erica?
Is it a pumpkin?
It is a pumpkin. Very good job. And what about these? What do we have here? Timmy?
Are those leaves?
Those are leaves. Very good. Good job, you guys. Okay, so now we know what those items are. But why do you think we have those items in the class today? Does anyone know? Erica?
Is it because it's fall?
It is because it's fall. And do you remember what season we learned about on Friday?
Summer?
We did learn about summer. And Timmy, do you remember what characterizes summer?
We said it was sunny and hot.
Yes, good job. All right, so we know what those items are, and we think we know why they're in our classroom today. We'll have to wait to find out if you're right, though. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys a video, and it's our season song. Do you remember learning about our season song on Friday?
Yeah.
You do? Good job. Okay, so now we're going to watch our season song. At this point, I would play the season song, but due to copyright infringement on YouTube, I'm not going to play it. Okay, so that was an awesome season song, wasn't it, guys? So now we're going to talk about what have you seen throughout your young lives that you think represent fall, or that you think whenever you see that you're like, hey, it's fall. Who wants to answer? Erica.
Trees.
Trees, good job. What about you, Timmy? What have you seen?
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah, that's a good one. But what do you see? What kind of items do you see?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins, yeah. All right. So now we're going to start off with a little activity, which I have some photographs here. And we're going to look at and we're going to answer some questions about. So for the first one, we have this picture. So what do we see in this picture? What are the items that are in this picture? Erica.
Trees.
Trees, good job. And what made you say that these are trees?
I see the leaves.
You see the leaves, good job. All right, so now we're gonna go on to our level 2 question. So, what do you think is happening in the photo with the pumpkins? Where are they going? What are they doing? What do we think? Go ahead.
Are they going to a pumpkin patch?
They could be, we don't know, but we're making an inference. Do you guys know what an inference is?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is an inference?
It's when you infer something.
That's very good. Yeah, it's whenever we take something like a picture or a story and we look at it and we think, hey, what's happening in that picture? What could be happening in that picture? All right, and our last level 3 question is, why do we think the leaves in this photo are changing into different colors? Go ahead.
Is it because it's getting colder outside?
Yeah, that's a good thing, because with fall, the weather changes and it becomes not winter like snow, but just chilly, just like fall weather. What color are these, Erica?
Red.
They are red. Good job. You guys are on top of it today. All right, so now we're gonna learn about some vocab words about fall today. So how's that sound for you guys? Do you like that idea? Good, okay. So now we're gonna learn about our vocab words, and I have this little sheet for you guys here so you can get some pictures to match with the vocab words. So you have, visuals of what each picture is. Okay, so we're gonna learn about our vocab words. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna learn about the definitions. So, to learn about the definitions, we're gonna talk about leaves first, because if you guys look at your worksheet, leaves are the first one right here. So, does anyone know the definition of leaves?
They're on trees, right?
They are on trees. And a common term for them, especially in the fall, is a type of foliage that we see in the fall because they're different colors than the regular leaves that are usually around. So then, has anyone ever heard of the term autumn before?
Yeah.
Do you know what the term autumn stands for?
No.
Well, autumn is just another way to say fall. It's just a way to look at you look at this picture and you see the red leaves and you can say, oh, that's fall, or we could also call it autumn as well. So then we have orange. Does anyone know what orange is?
It's a color.
And it's also a what? Because we've talked about it in our class before about it's a color, but then it's also something that we can eat too, so we can use our prior knowledge to reflect on that.
It's a fruit.
It is a fruit. Good job. So yeah, orange is the color that we most commonly associate with fall because, as you can see behind me, pumpkins are orange, leaves are orangey red, and they just describe fall for us. Our next word, what about tree? Who knows what a tree is?
Something that grows in the ground.
Something that grows in the ground, that's good. And do we know what happens to the tree in the fall?
The leaves change colors.
Good job, that's exactly my definition. A plant that grows out of the ground and its colors change in the fall. Very good. And our last vocab word, which what we've already looked at today, is pumpkin. Who knows how to define a pumpkin?
It's something that you can carve at Halloween.
It is. It's a good guess, and I actually do have that in my definition. It's a squash plant that is used for decorating houses and that we carve and we put faces in during Halloween. Good job, guys. Okay, so now since I want you guys to be able to remember the vocab, we're gonna do some motions to remember them. So, for leaves, what do we do when we see leaves outside? What's a common thing we do?
You can jump in them.
You can jump in them. So whenever we hear leaves, we're gonna make a little jumping motion like this. Whee! Just like that. And so our sentence for leaves that we're going to talk about is, Susie went outside to see the leaves on the ground. So now I'm gonna read it again and we're gonna do the jumping motion. Susie went outside to see the leaves on the ground. Good job, guys. All right, so our next word is autumn. Who remembers what autumn means?
Fall.
Fall, good job. So this sentence is, Joe's favorite season is autumn. So for this one, we're gonna make a wow face because we see autumn and we're like, oh, it's so pretty, like wow. So Joe's favorite season is autumn. Good job. Okay, so orange. What did we say that was in the fall terms?
A color.
A color. So our sentence with our student Erica, Erica's favorite color is orange. So for this one, because we can't really, make a colored face, but we can make a face like we're eating an orange, which we also did talk about. So we'll make a face like, orange. So Erica's favorite color is orange. Just like that. Good job. All right, so then a tree. Who remembers the tree? Timmy.
Trees are things that grow in the ground and they have leaves.
Good job. And what happens to those leaves again?
They change color.
Yes, they do. That's very good. Okay, so for tree, our sentence is the tree outside was growing big and tall. So what do trees do? How do they stand?
They have branches.
They have branches, but like how do they stand this way?
Oh, they're really tall.
There you go. So for this one, to remember the word tree, we're gonna go like this, like big and tall, like big trees. So the tree outside was growing big and tall, just like that. And our last vocab term, which is pumpkins. What did we say about pumpkins?
You said something about squash?
Squash, yup. It's a squash plant. So we were talking about pumpkins, and our sentence for pumpkins is, the pumpkins were carved and sitting outside the door, which is what we talked about, and Erica told us that we carve pumpkins. For this one, whenever I say pumpkins, we're gonna make any type of silly face you want. You can go like this, you can make a scowl, anything that you would do when you put on your pumpkin. So, the pumpkins were carved and sitting outside the door. That was a practice, so now we'll do the pumpkins were carved and sitting outside the door. Good job, guys. I really liked your silly face. That was a really good one. Had some sad ones, had some happy ones, had some really excited ones, had some ones that look like they need to go back to bed though, so we need to get our energy up and moving. All right, guys, so now that we've talked about the vocab, we've talked about the definitions, and we've heard some sample sentences. So now I want you guys to write your own sentences, and you're going to use at least 2 of the vocab words that I gave you. So you guys can feel free to go pair up, and then we'll do that, and then we'll come back together as a class. All right, guys, good job. I really liked your sentences. I came around and looked at some of them. Okay, so for our activity to go with this today, I'm going to give you guys index cards. They look just like this. So on the front, it has a picture of the vocab word, and then on the back, it says the vocab word. So I'm going to give you guys these, and you're going to pair up with each other, and you're going to go with each other and see how many vocab words you know, and if you can, think of some examples, think of what you do with them, anything like that. And I'll be around to help you guys and to see if anyone needs anything. So pair up. All right, guys, good job. I really liked how you guys were going over the vocab words, and you were using the pictures to help you whenever you got stuck. So I was able to walk around, and I was able to help you guys see what you know, and I'm very, very impressed. You guys did very well. Okay, so I'm gonna hand out this little paper here. It's a scavenger hunt. So whenever you're out walking, and you're with your friends, or with your families, you can look for these 10 things, and it's just for fun, it's not for points, but you can go out, you can look for apples, pumpkins, corn maze, you can go do some fun getting pumpkins, anything like that. So have fun with that. And now, before we do our little wrap up for the lesson, I'm gonna give you guys an exit ticket. So with the exit ticket, it has 3 questions. So our first question is, what word would you use to describe the color associated with fall? Our second is, what word would you use to describe what falls off the trees in fall? And what word would you use to say fall in a different way? All right, so I'm gonna hand this out, and we'll let you guys complete it, and then once I get that back, we're gonna have our wrap up. So here you go. All right, thank you. All right, we got our exit ticket, and we're all good to go. All right, so to wrap up today's lesson, we're gonna talk again about what types of items do we see in the fall. So who can give me some vocab words that we talked about today? Erica.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkins, good. Timmy.
Tree.
Trees. Sonia.
Orange.
Orange, that's a very good one. All right, and what season do you think we're gonna learn about tomorrow? Because if we learned about summer and then we just covered fall, what do you think we're gonna learn about tomorrow? Got
Winter.
Winter, that's a very good guess. But you guys are gonna have to wait and see because our time is up for today. So it's gonna be a surprise. And of course, we'll listen to our season song tomorrow again, and we'll figure out our season. So good job today, class.